Hey guys, and welcome to the first audio edition of the Game Shelf. I don't know how well that'll roll off the tongue, but yeah, here we are, like always. But instead of typing, I figured a little easier to speak. There would be video, but some of us can't afford cameras, so that'll come in due time. And yeah, production value is a little low, but I think we can get by. Do you remember this box art? Better yet, do you remember this music? If you do, then when you were younger, you were probably like me and spent a lot of time playing a little game called SimCity, as you could read on the box art. Me personally, I grew up loving the game. I remember spending entire weekends just trying to grow my small town into a city and then later on a capital. I never got to the bigger stages of the game. I don't know. Maybe it was just too advanced for my tiny peanut-sized brain at the time. But yeah, the game would go on to live forever. It would go on to make Will Wright so successful that he would make The Sims. And yeah, it would just grow and get better and get better. SimCity would go to SimCity 2000, which the SNES version, if you ask me, wasn't as good as the PC version, and the PS1 version was a whole nother story altogether. But yeah, I would play it as long as they kept giving me new versions. I would keep getting them. And then I heard about the reboot, which I think they announced last year, and it came out today. So you see, the plan was I was gonna buy SimCity, download it, record it, review it, have a good old time, do something good for the blog for you guys, something a little enlightening. Hopefully. So I made my way on over to Amazon where I was going to purchase my game. But before I did, I said, you know what? Let me scroll down and take a look at the reviews. So I did. And what I read was quite possibly the most enraging thing I've read this week, because let's be fair, I read a lot of enraging things. Basically, what we have going on with SimCity right now is the same exact thing we had going on with Diablo 3 when that launched, which was, it's one of those things that it's got to be online at all times. Even if you're not playing online, you're playing by yourself, you still need to be connected to the Origin service, which is EA's digital distribution service. Why? What the fuck? Why do I need to be online, connected to some service, if I'm playing a game that doesn't require it? It's unnecessary. I don't understand the mindset. Do you want to track everybody who's playing your game at a certain time? Is it a way to prevent piracy? What the fuck, EA? Please tell me, because I'm confused. And this is happening. This isn't just EA. This is happening more than once. And I need to know why, because it's fucking unacceptable. This is a bullshit practice that needs to stop, amongst other things. So, some of you might be saying right now, well, Enzo, why is that such a big problem? I mean, especially if you're buying digitally downloaded games, you probably have a reliable internet connection that, never goes down. And you can always access your games. What does it matter to you? Well, see, here's the problem. With my former example, Diablo 3, and the same with SimCity, you need to log in to Origin first. Diablo was just the Blizzard servers. So, what this creates is a lot of traffic on EA servers, especially on launch day of a game, which, granted, I'll be fair, it passes. After the first couple days, it slows down a little bit. Everybody gets on. Fair. But on those first few days, when you buy the game, you want to play the game. So, when you have all these people trying to log in at the same time on day one, nobody can access the servers. Servers go down, fucking problems everywhere. You can't play your game. You just paid $60 for it. It's a paperweight. This is the problem. This is why I keep asking, why? Why? And another reason this whole fucking online thing is stupid and bullshit and must stop immediately. What happens when one day in the future, 3, 4, 5, 6 years down the line, you stop supporting that game because now we're up to, I don't know, SimCity reboot number 6543, whatever. You stop supporting this game. I can't log in, therefore I can't play my game that I paid $50 for. Your servers are down, you shut them off permanently for, that game. I no longer have a game that I paid full fucking price for. This doesn't sound like a problem to anybody else. I mean, I guess if I'm the only one who feels this way, I should just shut up because, no one cares about throwing money out the window because one day all this stuff is going to be gone. And you know what? While we're at it, what the fuck, Steam? That's right, I said Steam. Now, I don't know if this goes for every game that you can get on Steam. I haven't tried using Steam offline in a year, so forgive me if what I'm saying may be outdated. Maybe they changed it. I doubt it. But first of all, I love Steam. Steam is awesome. It's the best thing to happen on my computer ever. But one day I was on a trip. I was away from home, and I happened to have no internet where I was, and I wanted to play a game that was on my hard drive. So, but it was on Steam. So I go to play the game, and it says this game cannot be started in offline mode. My face turned red. That's bullshit. I paid for the game. The game is mine. It's not an online-only game. There was single player in the game. In fact, it was a single-player-only game. Why do I need to be online? Why? What the fuck for? I paid for it. It's mine. Why? So, while we're on the topic of having to be online at all times to play anything, single player or not, anybody heard about the PlayStation 4? You need to be logged in 24/7 to play anything. Anything. Single player, multiplayer, it doesn't matter what it is, you have to be online. If you're not online, you can't log into the game won't run, you're fucked. Why? Why, Sony? I can't put into words the rage that this induces. Now, I can't speak for everybody. I don't know what everybody else does with their games, especially since the advent of GameStop and trading your games in, which is another bullshit practice for another video. But I keep my games. This blog is called The Game Shelf because I looked up my game shelf and decided to use that name. I keep my stuff forever. I still have my NES games up there. I don't want to have a game. I don't want to pay $60 for a game that one day may just poof disappear, that I won't be able to touch, see, play ever again because it's not supported anymore, because the next console has come out and I can't play it anymore. That's bullshit. That's highway robbery. That's taking my money and giving me nothing in return. Alright, you're giving me a game now, but one day you could take it away. Just like that. I mean, granted, it's far off in the future, but it's still my product that I paid full price for. Bullshit. Plain and simple. Let me give you a little example to try to drive this home. Let's say you go out tomorrow, you buy a brand new car, whatever car you want to buy, you buy a brand new car, $20,000. There's your car. Bye bye. That car is yours to do with whatever you want. You've paid for it in full. Let's pretend you're rich. You paid for it in full. That car is yours to do with what you want, for as long as you want, till the thing can no longer move. That big machine is yours. Right? Okay. So, 5 years later, or no, you know what? 2 years later, they make a new model of that car. They say, "Oh, we don't support this car anymore. We're taking it back." But they don't give you the new model of the car. They don't give you anything. They just take the car away, and now you have nothing. You're just left with your thumb up your ass. All right, so I mean, it's a big difference, but you see what I mean? It's stealing. So it probably would have been a little bit more appropriate to say, once the car company stops supporting that car, the car just doesn't start anymore. It doesn't run. You have the car, but it won't do anything anymore. This is why I will always be an advocate for the physical medium. There's no substitute, because there's no way to make digital permanent unless you remove the restrictions, which for some reason these people don't want to do. I don't know why. I mean, we don't know what Microsoft is going to do with their next console yet, so we don't know how that's going to go. But I mean, if you ask me, it doesn't look good. I think they're going to do the same thing. All right, so we got really sidetracked throughout this whole thing. This started about SimCity and ended up being about everybody being assholes about how they sell games and stuff. But what I meant to get at way back in the beginning of this whole rant was that, yeah, I never bought SimCity because nobody can log on right now. So I couldn't do my full review on the game. I can't do any review on the game. So what I did was I went and bought Tomb Raider. And that game is actually pretty good. So with all that being said, fuck digital distribution. Plain and simple. I don't like it. I don't think anybody else should like it. But if you do, hey, you can disagree with me. Free country, unless you're Washington, summer country, which is not a free country. In which case, fuck you. You agree with me. So yeah, after that long drawn out rant, what I failed to mention before was what you've been watching this whole time was me playing SimCity 2000 that I bought on goodoldgames.com for $5.99. Yeah, $5.99. It runs on DOSBox, which is the only thing that bothers me, because there was a Windows version, which I do have on a disc somewhere in this house, but it won't run on Windows 7 for whatever the reason. So, you know, the resolution's a little bit lower and whatnot. But I mean, it's basically the same game. And all the music you heard was random selections from SimCity and SimCity 2000 that I liked, that I just decided to throw in the background. So, I think that about wraps up this edition of the Game Shelf. Thanks you guys for stopping by and checking this out. If you did, if you didn't, I don't like you anyway. Yeah, this video will be posted on YouTube and my blog. So, leave a comment below if you have something to say. Maybe you disagree with me. By all means, let me know, because I want to know what other people think about this. Maybe I'm just fucking crazy. I don't know. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'll post a link to my blog in the description below the YouTube video, so you can come check that out. If you're on the blog, I'll post a link to the channel that this is posted on, so you can go check that out. Conversely, yeah, thanks for watching. I'm Enzo. I'll see you guys on the next Game Shelf.